Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Invin. Today I am going to be bringing you guys the top 5 best loadouts on Cold War Warzone at the moment for Season 1. Now, this video has been released at the end of January, so it's after the nerf which has happened to the DMR, the Mac10 supposedly, and the Diamatis, etc. So these are the top 5 classes at the moment in Warzone. Now, there's plenty of guns which are viable at the moment. It's one of the best times in the meta for using different weapons and for using a different variety of weapons as you go along and play through the game, which is making it extremely fun. Actually, it's pretty good at the moment, so lots of weapons are viable, but this is going to go over my top 5 classes, the classes I've been absolutely destroying with, and most importantly the classes that have been securing me those kills and then victories every single time without fail. Obviously there's some guns in here which you guys might know about, and I'm going to go over the perks and tacticals and lethals I use every time, and then jump into each class individually and let you know the attachments. So without further ado, let's jump straight into our first class here. Now, each class I am using either has Overkill or it has Ghost. Overkill usually is what people run so that they can have both two primary weapons equipped in their inventory at one time, but if you're not running 2 primary weapons, then you definitely want to be running Ghost. It's the best perk to run if you're not running Overkill. Your perk 1 slot, you're going to be wanting to run EOD. This reduces any damage taken by explosives, which is super useful in Warzone, both for Dansk and in Rebirth Island. Lots of people throwing Semtex and Thermites, so making sure that you've got this on really does help. Second perk, like I mentioned there, you either want Overkill or Ghosts, and then third perk, which is probably the most important perk overall, is that Amped. This allows you to swap weapons faster, so obviously even if you're running Ghost and you're running one primary one, you're going to be able to get the secondary out quicker regardless of whether that's a primary weapon or a pistol. Being able to switch through these weapons very quickly and give you the edge over your opponent should you run out of ammo with one of your weapons. Then in terms of lethal and tactical grenades, you're going to be wanting to run a lethal of either C4, but if you're playing in a squad, I would recommend one of you running C4 and the rest of you running Thermites and Semtexes, as these are better for breaching rooms and clearing areas of the map that are better for grenades. You want a Thermite or you want a Semtex, basically these are better for that. And in terms of tacticals, again, you want 1 or 2 guys running a heartbeat, and if you're running a full squad of 3 or 4, then the rest of the guys should be running stuns so that you've got that option as well, because particularly at the moment when people are using the perk slots up with other perks that are necessities for Warzone, stun grenades are very effective as not many people are running tac mask, so it's going to be a perfect opportunity to breach rooms with stun grenades as well as the Semtexes and get some very easy kills. Now moving on to the first class here, I am using the AK-47. This is a Cold War weapon and it's exceptionally good. Its TTK is very high. The only issue is it does have a slightly slower firing speed. So as you can see on screen here, these are the attachments I'm using. I'm using the GRU suppressor, I'm using the 20-inch Liberator barrel, I'm using the Microflex LED, the Spetsnaz grip, and the VDV 60 round fast mags. This is the best setup I've found for the AK, which gets kills very quickly. I've then paired this with the Diamati. I'm just using the single one to level it up at the moment, which has allowed me to run Ghost on this class, and I've found this class to be very good, particularly on Rebirth Island. The next class I've got here is the Mac10 and the Bruin. The Mac10 obviously is a shred machine. Now the class you're seeing on screen is my leveling up class. If you have got the right attachments, you're going to want the ones that I'm going to say to you now instead. So instead of the sound suppressor, you want in the GRU suppressor. The barrel wants to be the Task Force barrel. You're still going to want to run the foregrip, but you're going to want the 53 round fast mags instead of the drum mags. And the SASR jungle grip just the same there. Some people do prefer to run a stock rather than the foregrip, so if you're going to run a stock, run the wire stock instead of a foregrip there as well. I'm just trying out different builds for the Mac10 as this is a slightly different playable class as it's paired with the Bruin. The Bruin is back, guys. The Bruin is insane in Warzone at the moment, super high TTK, same as the old build. You've got the monolithic suppressor on there, the XRK barrel, the TAC laser, the VOK optic, but obviously with the optic you can swap this out to the hollow sight. A lot of people like to use that because it's got a very clean sight, particularly when you get a lot of kills with it. You can unlock just a clear sight with a blue dot in the middle. Very good scope, so it's up to you what you prefer. I like the little bit of zoom on it, particularly when I'm running it with an SMG, but entirely personal preference on that. And then obviously the 60 round detachable mag, which is what makes this gun super overpowered, and it's very useful to have on there as well. I run this one with a thermite and with a heartbeat sensor, and I also run double time on this one just for the LMG sprint. Usually you would run EOD on a class like this, but I'm running double time just to allow me to get that extra sprint off with the LMG. I find this works really well. I tend to be playing back a little bit more when I'm using the LMG, but obviously paired with the SMG, maybe I'm going to switch out to EOD. Still haven't fully weighed that up, but as it goes with all of these classes, if you guys want to make any he tweaks them and just use them as a rough guide. That also works for me because, again, the game is about finding what works for you the best. Moving on to the next class, we're looking at the AMAX. The AMAX is incredible in Warzone at the moment. Super high damage, very, very fast TTK, very low recoil, so it's going to be a laser beam weapon that you're going to want to run. I'm running this class with the XRK Zodiac barrel. I'm running it with the 5mm laser, the Commando foregrip, 45 round fast mags, and the rubberized tape at the back there. Super high damage, very low recoil, very steady and consistent weapon, which makes this thing absolutely lethal. I've paired this with a Renetti, and then I run the C4 and the stun grenade on this class. This is kind of like my rush class that I'm able to take out vehicles with. So I've just got a pistol on the secondary there, get Ghost off the bat. Obviously you can pick up somebody's weapon or whatever if you prefer to do that once you get a few kills with it, but I'm just running that there, and I've got obviously amped and EOD on that one too. Then running into an old school class, I've got the AX50 and the M4. On the AX50 I'm running monolithic suppressor, 32-inch factory barrel, variable zoom scope, single arms, marksman stock, and the granulated grip tape there as well. Very good class, very quick sniping, agile sniper, which is very important for Warzone, and you are able to get those picks very quickly. Very good zoom time on that one, which is excellent. Then paired with the M4, I've got the monolithic suppressor, the stock M16 grenadier, the Merc foregrip, 60 round mags, and stippled grip tape there. Standard M4 build for Warzone, very effective. This gun has come on the rise since we've seen the nerf to the DMR. A lot of people are sleeping on it at the moment, but trust me guys, try this class out. It's an insane old school class and works very well. Pair this one personally with the C4 and the stun grenade, but it's up to you again what you use. Then moving into the final and what I consider to be the best class in Warzone at the moment, which is the FFAR. This thing is a laser beam paired with a Mac10. It's an unstoppable class. The attachments you can currently see on screen are my leveling up attachments for this weapon. So obviously if you guys have got it maxed out, then feel free to go for these attachments instead. I've got the muzzle brake on, but you're going to want the Gru suppressor, the task force barrel instead there, and then you're going to want the same grip, the 50 round mags, and the same tape there as well. Obviously again, tweak it to your choosing, but that's what I've found to be the best class, and when I've gone into private lobbies and tried this gun out, the attachments I've just said to you are what you want on the weapon if you can get it to max level. Pair this with the Mac10 and the class that we used before in the Mac10, and this is going to be an absolute winner of a class. The Mac10 again, very quick TTK, anything up close, you're going to be lasering people down, and as soon as you learn the recoil with the FFAR, it is an absolute beam and very high damage on it, so you're able to take squads out very quickly, 2, 3, even 4 versus 1 with these weapons, because you're able to swap between them quickly and effectively take people down, which is super good and exactly what you want in the Warzone scenario. Pairing this class with a thermite and a heartbeat sensor so I can see where people are when we don't have a UAV up. Thermite for clearing rooms because this is a very much more agile class and sort of rushing into rooms, that kind of thing, so making sure I'm on top of that one there. Then obviously running the perks EOD and amped with overkill to get both the primary weapons on there. Now I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to drop a like and a subscribe down below. We are super close to 100 subs, so it'd be excellent if you guys could help me out reaching that. I'd much appreciate it. Thank you very much for watching, and let me know in the comments what weepons you would like to see me try out next in Warzone. Take care and peace.